Lions TV, good evening. Good evening. Let's give it a minute to other people to join and then we will crack on with the stream as always. That's my telly, sorry. Sorry boys and girls, give me a second. I'm trying to find the stream on here so I can answer your questions shortly. Going live very soon. Thanks for tuning in. Oh dear. That's it, 100 people and we are live. Lions TV. Good evening. I've got the ump and it's nothing to do with the game. It's nothing to do with the game. The stream that the club have put out, man, I don't want to keep digging them out. That was an absolute shit show. Honestly, I don't know who he's running, the media side. And I'm not bitter because I think I should be working for Millwall because I don't. After the fiasco of not inviting the fans to the tour and then saying they're going to do a live stream and show us the live stream, they completely fuck it up. And you could get a child to do what they've needed to do there. What they've done is no care goes into it. They've gone to the game, oh fuck it, turn the camera on now, 5 minutes before the game. Hang on, it's not working. There's 3 rules of doing a little bit of media. It's called VAL, visual, audio, lighting. Check your three things. The first fucking thing you do, sorry, I'm getting the ump because I'm passionate about this sort of thing, obviously. You check your visual, you check your audio, you check your lighting. Middle of summer in Portugal, lighting's not a problem. Visual, perfect spot, no one in the stadium, you've got to stand to yourself, get that right. And then your audio, which ain't the end of the world for something like that because there's no commentary. And then what you do is, you get to the ground an hour before and you check that everything's right. You put a video up on YouTube, but you leave it as private and you do a test. You do a 5-minute video, for example, the players warming up. You do a 5-minute video of the players warming up, then you upload it to YouTube, but you leave it as private. Yeah, you live stream it, but leave it as private so no one else can see it. And then you check the video. And then if things aren't right, you then have to go to plan B, which will probably be a mobile phone off a Gorilla Pod, which is exactly what I'm doing now. But if the Wi-Fi is no good, then you can't use the Wi-Fi. So then what you do is in that emergency situation, you'll say to someone else, right, this is what you're going to do here. I'm going to feed off your personal hotspot and we're going to go off data. If we run out of data, we build a club for the data. But this has got to be right after what's gone on. It's just, honestly, it's fucking absolute basics. And I used to be a roofer. It's just no care gone into it whatsoever. So as a result, it's struggling. If they can't be bothered to do the fucking live stream, then just say, all you say in that situation, if you can't be bothered to do the live stream, is you say, okay, what we're going to do instead is then, all just follow Braga's feed. That's all you got to do. It's not fucking hard. It's not rocket science. I'm not thick as shit. It's very, very easy if you just put more than 2 minutes thought into it. Anyway, that's the rant over on that one. Let's move on to the game. The starting 11. We've just lost 2-1, by the way, to Braga. Yeah, we've lost 2-1 to Braga. I'll go to the questions in a minute, boys and girls. Sorry, I'll put my glasses on. I can't see them in a minute. So, we've lost 2-1 to Braga tonight. The starting 11 was, off memory, Frank Fielding in goal, Marlon Romeo at right back, Shane Ferguson left back, Sean Hutchinson and Jake Cooper centre backs. It was Jed Wallace right midfield, Conor Mahoney left midfield, central midfield was Sean Williams and Ben Thompson, and up front, the starting trio? The starting pair was Matt Smith and Aidan O'Brien. Due to the aforementioned fiasco that is the social media, or is the media in general, I missed the first goal, so I didn't see it. I saw very early Matt Smith have a header cleared off the line. And then we equalised through Aidan O'Brien, plays 1 game up front, scores 1 goal. The starting lineup was a little bit of a strange one for me. Ryan Leonard hasn't travelled because I believe his missus is having a baby any minute. So obviously Sean Williams and Ben Thompson played there. Thought they did well. Let's go through the team as a whole from the beginning. Frank Fielding, thought he looked assured in goal, made a couple of good saves. Nothing he could have done with the second goal, but I didn't see the first. The only problem people have said to me about Frank Fielding is his distribution. It looked fine to me. Distribution looked absolutely fine. No problems for me with his distribution. Then right back Marlon Romeo kept gallivanting forward, kept overrunning the ball, kept losing the ball, and then he's doing doggies trying to get it back and getting caught out of position. Left back Shane Ferguson, thought we looked solid. Centre halves, which we didn't see Alex Pearce come on until late in the second half, which was surprising. Cooper and Hutchinson both started. Thought they both looked good. Romeo have covered. Right midfield, Jeb Wallace. It's pre-season. I'm not going to get too involved in it. But if Jeb Wallace carries on the way he's going, I would drop him early on in the season. He weren't performing towards the back end of the last season. People might think that's a bit controversial. His distribution is terrible. And the only way I can excuse that is he is doing trying to do the impossible every time he gets the ball. Anyone can allow a 2-yard pass, and Jed's trying to unlock a door or whipping an unbelievable cross every time he's on the ball, and it ain't going to happen every time. But at the minute, it's not happening any time. Sean Williams and Ben Thompson, again for me, are the best two central midfielders we got at the club. Williams looks assured, Thompson looks his usual, tenacious, energetic self, and Conor Mahoney left midfield looked very good, very direct with his running, not fucking around and cutting back and all this, just running straight at players, even just trying to run through them at times with the ball at his feet. And he created a few problems. Had a good shot on his right foot, not afraid to use both feet. He actually took all set pieces and corners. That corner is a set piece. Free kick and corners. I'm still fuming, sorry. In the first half with his right foot. So, again, nothing to be read too much into the result. The strikers, Matt Smith, I don't think you're going to get a lot of goals out of Matt Smith. He does win aerial balls. He does hold the ball up. He does create problems. But he missed an easy chance at Concord, apparently. And then to second to that, he's missed a header. It's been cleared off the line today. And then the second half, it wasn't an open goal. Don't know if you saw it, but the keeper's come out, fumbled it. Jez knocked it to Smith. Smith, no keeper in goal, couple of defenders around him. He's clipped over the bar left footed. So I don't think you're going to get a lot of goals out of Smith. On the contrary to that, no, it's something else. Anyway, on the contrary to that, I was going to say elementary, but that's something completely different word, and that's out of Sherlock Holmes. Anyway. On the contrary to Matt Smith not scoring many goals, I think we could be surprised by Aidan O'Brien this year. And yes, it was 3 yards out. And yes, it was from a good knockback, I think, from Smith. But it doesn't matter. He scored the goal. He knows where the net is. He gets in. It's not about just putting it in from 3 yards either, by the way. You've got to read the game. You've got to get in the right positions. And Aidan O'Brien's done exactly that. And he scored for us. And I'm pleased for him. He's off to a good start. Tom Bradshaw didn't start. Tom Bradshaw didn't play any part in the game, which is worrying because now I'm thinking he's injured and I'm worrying he's injured. Everyone else pretty much come on. We go in at half-time at 1-1. We was, as I said, 1-0 down, which was pretty much against the run of play. And then we went and equalised, and we was doing all right. Second half, we come out. We didn't start too badly once again. But then, as happens in friendlies, the gaffer made loads of changes. The funny one for me is when they was calling the Portuguese. I ended up watching it on, obviously, the Braga Facebook page, and it was a perfect picture overlay with replays and obviously Portuguese commentary. They was calling John Daddy Bavardson, they was calling Murray Wallace John Daddy Bavardson, which did make me laugh. I don't know why, but it tickled me. And yeah, a lot of changes made in the second half, which obviously can always affect it. There was definitely Millwall fans there, by the way, as well, because after we scored, you heard the chant go up of "Moo." So there was definitely a few Millwall fans have wormed their way in there. Hopefully next year we're going to get the invite and we can all be out there instead of sitting here listening to me moan. Second half substitutions. Danny Mack came on for Romeo. There's going to be too many for me to mention. As I said, Bradshaw didn't come on, which surprised me early in the second half. Fred came on up front for Aidan, and then Budvardson came on. And so you didn't see anything of Bradshaw. So now I'm worrying that he might be injured. Who else impressed me in that team tonight? I thought Williams looks alright. As I rate Williams. Fergie looked confident, and when he went off and Murray Wallace come on, or Bavardson, as the Portuguese commentator believed, he was getting exposed a lot down the left, and if it wasn't for a couple of better conversions from chances they had, we could have lost the game quite heavily towards the last 10 minutes. I think the players were struggling with the conditions. Obviously, the Portuguese are going to be a lot more comfortable with the conditions. It looked very hot first half. You can see the players giving it all that one, sweating their bollocks off. So nothing to be read too much into the game. Excuse me. I don't cough all day and then I come and do a stream and start coughing my guts up. So yeah, Bavardson, again, don't read too much into it. It's very early and players are just trying to get settled in, get their fitness. Didn't look like and he looked very similar to Aidan. He's not got no pace, but he's not really a big physical guy. He's not either or. He's not a target man, and he's not a poacher. Although Aiden can finish in the box, that's why I'm thinking, which, you know, it's a bit of a waste on Bavarsson. He didn't do a lot for me, but say it's early days. I will say that Yuri Skalak, when he came on, and a picture I saw of Yuri Skalak the other day on the team's social media, he looks ripped, a little bit like me. He looks like he's done a bit of weight, Yuri Skalak, on his face, and his deliveries. Yuri Skalak's deliveries are better than Jeb Wallace's deliveries, without an absolute doubt. Skalak come on, put some beautiful crosses in. As I said, Fred come on, played up front, didn't do much. Ryan Sanford come on, didn't have a lot to do. Frank Fielding played well, by the way, made a few good saves. As I said, I didn't see the first goal, so I can't comment on that. Alex Pearce came on a little bit later on in the day. Fred went on and played up front, which is what. Billy Mitchell come on. That's again another player I rate. What I like about Billy Mitchell is he tries to play the game the right way. You see him dropping and taking the ball for the centre half. If you're taught to play football correctly as a kid, that's how you play football. You come off the centre half, you take the ball and you spread the play. He puts it on a few people, see him chop a few people. I like the look of him. Not too much to be read into it at all. As I said, I thought we would have done all right. I thought we was going to go on and win the game, but we didn't. And the reason we didn't was, I think, was the amount of pure substitutions that we made. Really, to be honest with you. I'm sweating again. I'm going to put the glasses on now. Any questions? Yeah, Danny Flattery says Skalak's deliveries were decent. Thomas Latta thinks the defence looked quite shaky today. Any actual questions? Oh, Joe Cotton, you said you've messaged me on Instagram. I haven't got it, mate, for your price. Can you send it to me again, because I never got your address. People saying defence was shit. I'm not so sure. Kenny, have our strikers scored yet? First goal was, I did hear first goal was from a set piece, but I didn't actually see what it was. But yeah, from a corner. A lot of people saying that the defence looked shaky today. Charles Stoworthy correctly says, yeah, friendly's all about blowing the cobwebs and getting the new guys into play, which is true. It will take time. Yeah, New Den Lions agrees with me. Skalak looked okay, more direct than usual. A few people agree with that sort of comments. Who's that there said that? Oh, Angelo Melito says, I think I'm dying here. I'm sweating and coughing at the same time. He said that John Daddy Bavarsson didn't get much service, which is true, but he doesn't look like that sort of player that looks like he's going to thrive off service. He doesn't look like, again, like Aiden, doesn't look like he stays right up front. I was pleased for Aiden today, answered a few critics. Yeah, again, you know, the Braga Facebook page was decent. Why not, if you can't be bothered to do it in your Millwall, just direct everyone to the Braga Facebook page. What's the issue with that? Just do it. Danny Flattery's gone Harris out early doors. Ben the God says, am I in Portugal? No, I'm not in Portugal, mate. I'm in the front room. I brought that with me. I didn't put it up in the hotel. Smithers Jones says, Daddy looked poor. Any man of the match shouts from anyone? The end result, Gigantic Gamers, was 2-1 to Braga. It could have been more at the end, to be fair. It could have been more. A few people agreeing, saying Mahoney balances our left really well. And I thought so. I thought he did. Sparky says, Jeb Wallace is overrated. Honestly, Jed's gone to bits for me. Jed's gone to bits. I don't know what to say about it without being too fucking negative and too horrible too early in the season. It's worrying. It worries me. Skalak's deliveries are so much better than Jed's. And if he gets fit, then it could be a situation that we find ourselves in with Ryan Leonard, with the gaffer not wanting to drop Jed. And I don't want Jed to be dropped, because Jed is our guy that unlocks the doors. But now it's looking, now we've got Mahoney. We just need someone who can get the balls in the box for Smith to knock down, hopefully Bradshaw or IOB to score goals. And Jed doesn't get the ball in the box anymore. His crosses, nearly drop my laptop. Jed's crosses do not get in the box, and that's a fact. Well, okay, so Paul Monkhouse says that Aidan O'Brien's done absolutely nothing as usual. But when it's all said and done, mate, you look on the score sheet, Aidan O'Brien scored. And Fred and Matt Smith haven't. If Aidan O'Brien does nothing else other than score a goal a game, he'll be unbelievable. Go every other game. He'll get 23 goals a season. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter about forget Aidan O'Brien's work rate performances. Put him in the box, give him the ball, and he will score goals. I'm telling you. I always say to Aidan, you're too slow, you can't run anywhere. Just stay central. Feed off Matt Smith. If he feeds off Matt Smith, if he gets the chances, Aidan O'Brien will score goals. I absolutely promise you that. We should get a couple of players in from Braga. Braga look quality. No, don't agree with that. Yeah, Bradshaw was an unused sub. He must be injured. He must have injured himself. Maybe he may have tweaked a hamstring or whatever. I don't know. What else we got here? George Alexander. Someone said to me, where was George Alexander and James Meredith? George Alexander was injured. I believe James Meredith has been released by the club, but they haven't announced it yet. I don't know that for a definite. Disclaimer. It's Venom says, calm down. So, you know, the video started with that rant. That rant's probably going to get seen, but I'm sorry. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about this football club. And when someone can't even be fucking bothered, it's like saying to someone, put the bins out, and then they don't put the bins out, and then your ass stinks of shit the next day. It's an easy exercise. Just put it out. Just do your job, man. Just do your job. It's basically it. Just do your fucking job, and not do day 300 of your job. Do day one. What you learn on day one. Do your fucking job. Simple as that. And it hasn't happened. And as a result, they're going to get more shit out of the club because of that. They're going to get more shit. It's just no recover. There was no recovering really from the first one. If they'd have stuck a decent stream out, they might have done. It just doesn't help, man. With a club shop and a kit and just everything. It's just like a lot of people that work there just don't want to be there. It just seems like to me. Yeah, the Braga stream was so much better, but let's also remember that that they're in Portugal. That if you watch the half-time coverage from their channel, they obviously had a little bit of squad talk and a little bit of in and around the club as well. So obviously they've got their own channel. I think did they not qualify for the Europa League or something like that? I'm sure I saw online. There's a lot of talk of Tommy in the basement. Millie Comley, am I after a job? No. YouTube pays more, trust me. A lot of people saying they watched it on the Braga feed and we should try and buy some Braga players. Yeah, so there you go. Really? It's not going to be a long one tonight, although there's currently 257 people watching. So I might carry it on. What are you all thinking on that performance? Talk to me about the performances. Talk to me about who you thought was man of the match, who impressed you, who didn't impress you. And fire in any questions you may have for me. Bradshaw was benched. No. No, he wasn't benched, mate. Again, I'm seeing a lot of praise for Skalak, which is good. Matt Monk says, son of Harry. Danny McNamara. Yes, Danny McNamara came on the second half of Marlon Romeo. I think pretty much everyone. You saw Sam Skeffington come on. You see that Tyler Burry come on at right midfield. I've got to learn his name. But it just making so many subs just sort of killed it, really. Just making so many subs sort of killed it. And killed the tempo. Someone saying there, Fielding or Mahoney for man of the match. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Definitely first half. Yeah, someone's saying there that I hope Bradshaw ain't injured, mate. You're not alone there. Jesus Christ. Someone just said we would have won with Tom Elliott up front. I'll do the jokes around here. Plus, obviously, Tom Elliott is injured. Someone just asked me my favourite band randomly. It's Oasis, by the way. Closely followed by the Arctic Monkeys. So that's the answer to that one. Don't mind a bit of Take That either in at third. Got to admit. Oh, McNamara done well. Wasn't really watching. Any news on any players? Someone's just asked. Not that I know of, boys and girls. I'm sorry, not that I know of. I think obviously the players will be home. I'm not sure when they'll be home. They'll probably be home. I think they're on the weekend. So, well, they need to be. We're playing Gillingham on Sunday. But yeah, don't really know what to say. I think I've come away from that game thinking, I know it, and again, I know it's only one game, I know it's only a friendly. I've come away from that game thinking Matt Smith isn't going to score many goals. I've come away from that game shitting myself thinking that Bradshaw may be injured. I've come away from that game thinking that Fred definitely looks like he's going to get a second chance at the club, but he's going to get played up front instead of midfield. I've come away thinking that Yuri Skalak's definitely got a better delivery than Jed Wallace. We're definitely light in central midfield. We're still definitely light up front, and we need some form of backup to field in. Yeah, that's about it really. I don't really know what else to say. I'm not going to go on for too long tonight because obviously I did a live stream last night and I don't want to do overkill. And obviously I'll be at Gillingham Sunday as well for a little bit of coverage from that game. But yeah, there you go. We've lost 2-1 in our second friendly in Portugal. Not over-inspiring, but again, listen, it's very, very early doors in the season. And I missed some of the game because the stream weren't very good. So that's your lot, boys and girls. Yeah, it's very short, it's very sweet. Final score from Portugal, 2-1. Nothing too much to be read into it. Lots of substitutions made. Enjoyed fielding, enjoyed Mahoney. Yeah, 2 good signings there in the bag, I think. Matt Smith and the Daddy, not so sold on just as of yet. I'll see you at the weekend at some point. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.